Okay, I'm making this video. This is going to be about generalization when you're programming using subroutines. Because I'm conscious of setting this homework and task 4, task 5. It seems that some of you are finding it a little bit hard, maybe. So hopefully this video can help you. So we've learned that writing subroutines is good. Generally, you should divide your code into separate subroutines because this makes it more readable. Each subroutine has one job. However, it's not always good. So let's run this program so we understand what this does. So we're going to get some numbers, and it's going to test us like a maths quiz similar to something that we've done before, and it will just keep repeating. Doesn't give me any feedback if I get it wrong. So let's think about how this program can be improved. So we've got an add subroutine and a multiply subroutine and a divide subroutine. But you will notice that they basically do the same thing. So what we can do instead is we just need to look for the difference and consider that that's the thing that changes. So that's the thing that we need to make a variable. Or in this case, there's a chance that we might need two separate variables. So the first thing is this word. I can see that this word changes. So let's replace this instead with a variable, and let's call it, well, what is it? It's an operation. If we're talking about maths, let's see if you can operation. And we can see that it's also happening here, add, multiply, divide. So let's make these f strings, and instead put the variable in place of the thing that's the same. Okay? And then the only other thing here is we've got a symbol. So let's call that operator, because that's what it is when we have a plus or a multiply or a divide. It's the operator. And one last little thing is this. So you might think here that we can put a variable, but because this is going to be the type string, that's not really going to work. So we might need to think about that differently. And what is this? This is going to be the answer. So every time we're looking for the thing that's changing, and we're thinking about how it could be generalized. And what you might notice now is we've got the exact same code inside each of the different subroutines. So what we can do is we can now just do a general name for the subroutine, and this allows us to get rid of the other subroutines, and we just need to add in the extra things that we changed. So we now need to know what is the operation, we need to know what is the operator, and we need to know what is the answer. So we're changing the subroutine to have more parameters so we can have one block of code that does the same thing in different ways for different use cases. So now I can just, instead of calling a different subroutine, I can call this one generalized subroutine, and I just need to pass in my data. So the first time it's getting called, it's going to be add and the plus operator, and the answer is going to be a string version of a plus b. How is this going to be different? The second time, multiply. The third time, divide. The operator for divide is the slash. The operator for multiply, times. So I've made this code shorter because I was able to generalize the three subroutines into one single subroutine. And if we run the program, as long as I use the correct brackets, if we run the program, as long as I use the correct brackets, if we run the program, we can see that it still does the same thing. It has the exact same function. So let's just get one right to check 50, 60. Okay. Still has the exact same functionality, but with much less lines of code. This was my intention. Quite a tricky topic. This is this idea of generalizing subroutines.